Without an up-to-date and accurate asset register, you are making your job much harder. Hi, I'm Liam, and today we'll run through how to create a built asset register in 10 simple steps. Let's jump right into step 1. Define your asset capture policy. You'll need to start by establishing a minimum value threshold for the assets that will be included in your built asset register. Value is not financial value, but instead the tangible value that the asset brings to your organisation and the risk associated if the asset fails. Each asset has an individual value that adds to the total value of your property. This total accumulated value will be site-specific. Once you have determined how many assets you have, you can start to populate your register with detail. Every asset will need to be captured, right down to the smallest of items, such as a pump. The absence of assets on the register and failure to manage them can lead to non-compliance. Step 2 is to establish unique asset codes. You will need to give each asset within your built asset register a unique identification code, which can be a combination of letters and numbers, so you can easily track and reference assets within the register to provide quick access to information. Step 3 is to create asset groups. To support planned preventative maintenance scheduling, facility managers can create asset groups which are not included in the asset register but utilise its data. These groups can be formed based on various criteria to cluster similar assets for maintenance. For example, an asset group might include all on-site boilers for compliance checks. Step number 4. Conduct a comprehensive collection or audit activity. Perform an asset capture or physical audit of all assets within your building. The collection activity should include the data acquisition, gathering and creation process, learning from lessons of previous similar activities. This involves visiting the site to identify and verify each asset against existing records to ensure accuracy in the asset register. Your audits must be captured in a robust methodology to record all of the information that you've collected. Step 5. For each asset, gather essential asset information. A built asset register typically contains detailed information about each asset. You will need to collect the following information for each asset: description and ID number, barcode or serial number of assets, purchase information such as price, date, order number, location within the building, size and specifications, maintenance requirements and intervals, supplier and installer details, current value and condition, health and safety information, insurance information, warranties and service level agreements, the remaining life of the asset and the estimated resale value of the asset. Let's jump into step 6. Choose your built asset register system. Once you've compiled all of your assets and the information required, you can decide where to store it. It's important to select a secure data storage format that can easily be managed and retrieved. For ease of access, communication, auditing and updating, we recommend housing all of your collected data digitally, such as through a BIM or CAFM software. Special consideration should be given to data ownership. This should always remain with the client, irrespective of whether it's stored on a third-party device. Contractual provision should also be made to ensure that your building asset register can be recovered intact when the contract ends. Step number 7 is to create your built asset register. Once you have selected an effective built asset register system, it's time to set it up to meet your organisation's specific needs. When you create your asset register, you will need to follow an organised framework that classifies assets based on important criteria, including department, location, asset type, criticality or acquisition date. Once the data is stored in a structured way, analysis can be carried out through a manual or automated extraction to create reports. These reports can then be used to support decision making. The value of the information created from the data should be assessed during the decision making process. For instance, how easy is it to make a decision from it? Any lessons or improvements to the quality of data can be fed back into the define and collect phase. Step number 8 is to plan for asset disposal or replacement. When an asset nears the end of its life, a decision will need to be made on its disposal or replacement. The same needs to happen with the data in the asset register. Ever-improving data analysis, data mining and machine learning are all increasing the value of historical data because more information can be extracted from a larger data set. This, combined with a reduced cost of storing electronic data, reduces the necessity to dispose of data, but always make sure to refer to your organisation's GDPR policy if you are disposing of data. You will need to document disposal and archiving methods you are using and keep a record of any decisions made. Step 9. Train staff on your procedures. It is important to ensure that everyone involved in managing the asset register is trained on standard operating procedures. To promote consistency and accuracy across the organisation, you'll need to provide clear guidelines on how to enter data, update records, and manage assets. And finally, step number 10, monitor and update your asset register. Creating your asset register is not a one and done activity. Without keeping it constantly up to date, you will end up with issues achieving compliance and create ongoing problems for facility staff and contractors. Did you enjoy this video? Check out the next in the series where we'll teach you how to fix a broken asset register.